Black Guru is back again. You already know what I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you that straight up truth. And I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to try to give you as much truth as possible. You already know how we're going to do this, folks. Listen, let me tell you guys something. If this is your first time or 100th time joining, I don't care how many times you watch, maybe you watch me 1,000 times. Do me a favor as you're coming in, hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, because you're definitely going to enjoy what I have to say today about this subject. This is a heavy subject, folks. I'm going to bring in the people on the IG. This is a heavy subject about love in today's society in 2024, because I can tell you right now, the more and more that I look around, I don't see things possibly making a turnaround for how they used to be. I don't see them making a turnaround for how they used to be. The best way that a lot of, especially the younger people, going to find out what love used to be or how it used to be to fall in love or be in love or anything like that is to go watch a movie from 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. That's going to be the best way for them to find out what it is. Let me start us off and hit us with one of them things. Let's go, folks. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Appreciate y'all for joining over here on the IG channel. Go ahead, do me a favor as you're coming in. Share this stream with 1, 2, 10 people that you know. Send it to them and tell them you need to come and hear what this brother has to say. You need to hear what's going on with the Black Guru stream, because I'm going to tell you there's some powerful information I'm about to give y'all. A lot of y'all have never heard it before. Listen, we're going to have some participation. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You're welcome to request up and have this discussion with me, because I think definitely we need to hear some feedback. I do these one-on-ones just about every day. You would be amazed at the kind of things, most of them are women, that these women are telling me and the stuff that they're going through. And a lot of them are not young. They're older women. They're, in their 30s and up to in their 60s. I've talked to women in their 60s. I don't think I've talked to anybody in their 70s yet. You would be amazed at the kind of information, the stories that they tell about how they're lonely. They're looking for love. Life should not be like this. These young girls have no idea what they're getting into in the future. Because I always say that a man, especially if he has any kind of little bit of money on him, a man is going to be able to go somewhere else and try to find a woman. A man can, in a certain way, even pay for love. In a certain way, a man can even pay for, when I say love, I'm talking about he can pay for affection and nurturing and things of this nature. Woman can't really do that. There's a big difference, and they're going to see the difference. They're definitely going to see and experience the difference once they get older. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's not pretty. When I be talking to these women, it is not a pretty thing at all. The stuff that they be telling me about their current life situation and how they wish life was different. They don't know how to get with a man. They don't know how to keep a man. Folks, I'm getting ready to bring in some guests right now to have this conversation with me. If you want to have this conversation, just hit the request button over here on the Instagram, hit the plus button at the bottom, and then I'll do my best to bring you up in a timely manner. Don't hit the request if you don't want to come up. What's wrong with y'all? Don't hit the request if you're not wanting to come up. I don't understand y'all. We're not playing around right here. We having a very serious conversation about these things that are affecting the
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a
society.
buck 50. I'm gonna keep it a buck 50. It's CNC from Detroit. Listen,
Brother,
people no longer got morals no more. Morals
brother,
is not
slow
important.
down. You can't just come in hot like that. You got to slow
My fault,
down.
brother man. My fault. Listen, because I be talking to you without talking to you. My fault.
Okay, first of all, brother, Why you ain't comb your hair before you come up here, man?
Listen.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Come on, man. You got to get a haircut. All right, you got to get a haircut.
Listen, I'm getting it together.
All right, you got to get it together. All right, what do you have for me?
I feel like people no longer got morals. You know, don't nobody care no more. Ain't no embarrassment no longer a thing. We got to bring back bullying. You know, we got to bring back
bullying.
Yeah. Usually when you say something to somebody and they feel like you picking on them, it's really like that conductive criticism that you giving them that they really can't handle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you feel like we're talking about. I'm specifically talking about you're 21 years old. I'm specifically talking about a man, because even back in the day, right? Two people in high school, and you just came out of high school not too long ago, right? Yep. Two people in high school could fall in love and be with each other for the rest of their life. That's not happening no more.
Yeah.
So as a 21-year-old, what are you seeing? What did you see straight out of high school or in high school while you was in high school with the whole love thing? Because I know there ain't no kids falling in love no more in high school.
Really what it is, it's a lot of lust going on, you know? It's a lot of, especially physical lust, like sexual, you know what I'm saying? Everybody hormones is through the roof and nobody can control it. Not to mention, you got the benefits too, especially if you wanted to, I'm from the city of Detroit. Out here, we got something called tricks. You know what I'm saying? And when you got it and people fiending for that rush to do something like sexual, it's automatically a go. You know, it's automatically
are even the girls in high school, or did you see that? Were they charging guys for stuff?
Listen. When pandemic came, everybody in the city was charging that 40 ball on my mama. Everybody was charging
even the high school girls.
Man, listen, it's crazy, bro, and it's sad to say. I'm not even gonna lie. It's sad to say. As harsh as I'm saying it, it's sad to say. But I say it start with our women, you know? It start with our women. I'm not one of them dudes that just straight splash them with shit. But they are able to control everything if they was able to do it right. Far as man emotions, you ever argue with somebody, had to get on, you got on the topic, and then I don't really know how to explain it. I recently went through some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I fucked up. I ain't proud of it, but
what do you wait? What do you mean by that?
Man, I fucked up. Let's just say that. We ain't getting
You got somebody pregnant?
No. I do got a son. I definitely love my son.
How old is your son?
My child. My son is 8 months.
Okay. You're not with the mom anymore?
No. I kind of look, I ain't really like experienced with like the love stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know too much about it type shit,
About love?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult here in Detroit. I told you, everybody charging that 40 ball, so it's difficult here in Detroit.
Don't tell me that you paid 40 ball and got her pregnant.
Oh no, hell no. Yeah, no. I'm going based off of what I'm seeing. I'm not one of the types to just go around do stuff all day.
Okay, hold on a second. What happened with you and the mom? Like, did y'all know each other? Was it just a one night thing? What happened with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Y'all knew each other?
We knew each other for a few years before we had a son.
Okay. Y'all was in a relationship, or y'all was just friends with benefits?
Huh? 1 second.
Folks, do me a favor if you're coming in, especially if you're watching on the YouTube channel, hit the like button for me, hit the thumbs up button. Appreciate you. Folks over here on the Instagram, share this stream on both platforms. Share the content. Hello. Yeah. So my question to you was, were you guys together?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all were together. It wasn't a friends with benefits type of thing.
No.
So why you think y'all
play those type of games?
Why are y'all still not together then?
Because of me.
Oh, that's when you said you messed up.
The 40, yeah, that's yeah. The 40 ball is $40. That's what the 40 ball is.
Okay, right. We
$40.
know what it is. They paying $40 to get some. Let me ask, okay, brother, you still not telling us enough. What happened? What did you do?
uh,
Because this is gonna help some other brothers that's watching.
I was
You by
caught
you
up.
telling what
I was
happened
caught up. I was caught up within the lust, but I was doing it like the wrong way. You know,
with
I
another woman, with a different woman.
I beg your pardon.
You was caught up with a different woman.
Yeah,
Okay, and you was end up messing
yeah.
with her. Did you get her pregnant too?
No, 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 no. We don't, nah, nah. You wear hats on them. You know what I'm saying? You don't play no
Mm-hmm.
games like that. But you know what I'm saying? It was like at the moment type thing. You know, it wasn't premeditated or nothing like that. You know, but shit happened. And
Why do you
shit.
think everybody's caught up on lust in this day and time?
Because the generation before us,
What did they do?
uh, shoot, once Easy E and them started dropping, they started going crazy for real. You know what I'm saying? They what my first got hooked on money and jewelry, and you know, it started with the music. You want to be honest, it started with the music, and we glorified go ahead and shake them buns time. And now, if I can pay the bills and shake some buns, it's cool. Now you're doing it
Mm.
the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? All of that, and it's crazy, and that's what they was doing back in the day. You know what I'm stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then we only learn from what we know, what we see in house. You know what I'm
So
saying?
here's the thing that I want you to do, because if you watch my streams, I say it all the time. I tell y'all, especially as young men, the decisions that you make right now is going to make or break your life. And especially the things that you do with a woman, right? The lack
Yeah,
of discipline that you have, trust me, it will totally destroy your life. I know brothers who are paying 70 to 80% of their paycheck in child support, constantly
man,
feeling like, and back pay, they owe back child support. Listen, they constantly feel like they in debt and never can get out. Constantly feel like they're drowning, never can get out because they had 4 kids with 4 different women,
man.
right? And listen, because you got one right now, but it's so easy. You can repeat the same thing that you did. You can keep doing that over and over, or you can make the necessary changes. The measure of a man, let me give you some advice. The measure of a man is not about how many girls you can take down, that you can smash,
Yeah,
hit, whatever you want to call them, but it's about how many you can turn down, not take down. How many can you turn down? Let me tell you one thing about me. I turn them down almost every day. And I'm not no celebrity, but I have women every day that try to get at me just from doing this.
yeah, facts.
And I turn them down. I mean, you would be, if I showed you my thing, you would be shocked. They send me, they phone them, they send me nasty pictures, all kind of stuff. And I just delete. I turn them down.
Yeah.
So
You
you
want to
got
be
it.
honest? I say
That's
to
something.
people,
Listen, brother, that's something that you have to study this and try to learn how to master your discipline with that body part.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got to
I ain't
try to
gonna lie to
master
you. I've
that.
been doing better. I've been doing better because I've been watching your little, not your little stuff. My fault. We don't speak the word little into existence. My fault. My apologies. I've been
You've been
watching your
watching more of my
shows.
content.
I beg your pardon.
You say you've been watching more of my content.
Yeah, yeah. I've been watching for like a few months, but you
Excellent.
know
You
that
you on the right
algorithm show
path.
it up. Yeah, yeah. I just been glancing at it. Taking some stuff and shoot. I noticed like I had everything with the mother of my child until I messed up, and and I noticed like all the aftermath I was getting after it, trying to be in a relationship with her and her forgiving. It just changed her.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
changed her. But I noticed that it was my fault. But then I started to think like, dang, back in the day, it was my father's fault. And then my father ain't know his father. So then it was his father's fault. So it's like a lot of us, man, need to pull our pants up because my pants pulled up. You know what I'm saying? I take care of my son 100 up. Ain't no 50-50. If I got it, I got it. I work,
Good.
I hustle all that. I don't play no game. But I say a lot of men need to pull their pants up. when
Yeah,
they
and keep
pants
it
up or keep them
zipped
zipped up.
up and keep it zipped
Yeah,
because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not just the fact of having children, but there's so many diseases that are spreading right now in this day and time. And you should know
yeah.
that, with your age group, especially with the young age group, a ton of diseases.
That's why
'Cause
I'm in the house,
they be
bro.
out
I
here
don't.
just being reckless with their stuff. But brother, I appreciate you for coming on and giving your perspective. Lack of
Oh yeah,
morals
yeah,
is
for
what the
sure, for
brother said.
sure.
Man, what's your
Hey, shout
name?
out to you, my baby. You say what?
What's your name?
Hey, my name Tim.
Tone?
Tim. Tim.
Oh, Till.
Yep. Tim.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. Have a
All
good
right,
one.
guys.
Salute to
Be
you.
safe. Hey, keep it up. I'm still in here.
All right, brother. Yeah, stay in here and keep listening. Listen,
Brother
folks,
man, brother.
that was amazing to hear. It's not often that we hear from somebody that young. Shout out to the brother for coming on and giving us his perspective. That was amazing, folks, to hear. Somebody at that age trying to figure out life. The fact that he's just listening to this content, that's why I tell y'all don't know how valuable. That's why I'm trying to do this and keep it going. First person I see to get the 3 badges, by the way, on IG, I'm going to make you moderator for the day. That's why I always tell y'all to support this content so I can keep on pushing it out, right? I tell y'all all the time to keep supporting this content, especially, whatever you have, badge, super chat, cash app, however you got to do it, because we got to get it done. At the end of the day, y'all don't realize that the younger generation is something that you're going to have to face and deal with when you get older. You're going to get older one day as an American citizen. And there's a lot of things that you're not going to be able to, or whatever country, whatever area you're in, you're going to have to deal with the younger folk. You're going to have to deal with their disrespect. You're going to have to deal if they have no more, if they don't give a damn about older people. And how are you going to deal with that, knowing if you're saying F them, screw them, or let them, whatever, you're going to have to deal with them when you get older. You're not going to be able to escape them when you go to stores, when you go out in public, even in your home. You're going to have to deal with them. This is something that we're all going to have to face. And that's why I do my very best. Shout out to Sheed Fit. I just made you moderator. Thank you so much for the badges that you purchased. Appreciate you. That's why I try to, folks, always make sure I'm giving out a message to those that are much younger than me. They're the ones, a lot of the younger men, the younger brothers, they need to make sure that they keep their stuff together in their pants. They need to understand the importance of discipline down there. Making sure that they're not out here just getting a whole bunch of random W's pregnant, not causing no health emergency because there's a whole bunch of reckless and random screwing. Brother said, I just got back from Colombia, Guru. The women, Black W's are much different. Yes, they are, brother. There's Black women all over the world. Yes, they are much different than in the United States. Clap back. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Salute to you. They're much different. The more you travel, you're gonna see different. Amal, don't worry, I got you. I appreciate you, Amal. Listen, folks, we gotta take this serious. Brother said there's no morals anymore, so therefore there's no love, no morals. Morals are taught. Morals are taught. See, a lot of the women, especially, you notice that he even said the women, a lot of the women, right? They just have an idea about love or affection based off of movies that they see, maybe Disney or whatever. Not taught morals. Not taught any morals at all. No morals. And this is the society that we're dealing with. This is what we're facing today. Lady, we don't care that you in here. You don't got to announce yourself. Who are you? What's going on, brother?
What's up, Goo?
How you
Guru
doing?
Nation. Good, and yourself?
I'm doing excellent. Appreciate you for coming in. I think I made you moderator for the day.
Yeah, I'm
Anybody come in disrespectful, just do me a favor and remove them if they start talking crazy to me in the comment section. Shout out to real quick, shout out to brother Neil for the super chat over on YouTube. He said old school love was real because they knew duty first, facts. And that's something that's taught. Duty is taught. You can fall in love by loving the duty another person has to you. The loyalty is taught. Duty is taught. You can fall in love with that, knowing that, wow, this person is very loyal. They're very dutiful. They're very serious about their business, handling business. Right?
Facts.
You can fall in love with that, especially as a man. A lot of these women, they don't know nothing about that. And what's sad today is that the brother at 21 years old, he was even saying these high school girls are selling their stuff. Go ahead, brother. I want to hear from you. Why is love? You know, that's the question of this stream today. Why do you think the love is dead today in 2024?
It's a myriad of reasons why love is dead, but some of the biggest ones, I feel like women these days are not really looking for love. Like, love is not on the forefront of their mind. It's more about financial gain or some type of security or what resources or benefits that they can pull from a man, rather than focusing on actually like being a partner, I feel like.
Okay. And once again, we're going back to what's taught, right? Because those things that you just said are taught. Those things have to be taught. You're talking about the not just focusing on the resources and what they can pull out of a man, but actually treatment of a man, the duty to a man, the duty to the relationship, right? Being a really good, you talked about being a really good partner. You have to be taught those things, and teaching has a lot to do with showing. That tells me right there, these mothers that were the previous generation did a horrible job showing their sons and daughters how to be this way. And then the fact that, oh, well, what about the fathers? What about the fathers? Why is the father not in the home? Why did you not have a relationship with the father? Go ahead.
Yeah, I dealt with that in in a few past relationships where, you know, a lot of them come from a single parent homes, and they feel like they saw their mom, they did it on their own, and their mom didn't need no man. So why do I need a man? I can do it on my own. And then that's where they kind of like develop that independent mindset. They go chasing degrees, chasing all this money. They end up getting a great job, but they're lonely and they don't feel fulfilled.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, brother? You're absolutely right. They don't think they need a man at all, right? Even they'll say that out of their mouth, but they know they're lying to themselves, because they know when it comes to just about everything, they wish they had a man there for help. When especially when they're afraid of bugs, when they're afraid of sounds and noises, they wish they had a man there, right? To protect them so that they can feel comforted, so they can feel secure. That's one of the main things that these women don't like, even dealing with bugs. How in the hell you gonna deal with a sound and sound like somebody about to break into your home, and you gonna deal with the intruder, and they be sitting up here talking like they really got it like that, like I got my weapons, I'll do this, I'll do that. How in the hell you gonna do it and you scared of a little bug?
Right.
Brother, what do you, let me ask you this question. Well, first of all, how old are you?
29.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you in a relationship right now?
No, I'm single. No kids.
Single, no kids. Okay. 29 years old. Do you think live in the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think with dealing with a woman around your age or younger, let's say even going to, 21, between 21 and 29, do you think that it's likely that you will find quality love in these women of today?
No, very, like you said, it's a needle in a haystack, and it's really not worth it. I just got my passport this year, so I got a few destinations in mind for next year. So yeah, but no, it's definitely not worth it. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Me, I just go to work. I go to the gym and going through life and doing what I do, and through traveling, maybe I'll find somebody, but I'm not on the hunt for it every day. So
How many exactly? Yeah, no, I totally feel exactly what you're saying. How many brothers do you think? Well, I mean, just like guys that you may know, or just the sentiment that you get around you. How many brothers do you think like you? Do you think it's a lot, a few? What do you think?
Most of them. That's why I've been to way more baby showers than I've been to marriages, to weddings.
Have you been to a wedding since you've been a grown up?
I haven't. No, not one.
Wow, that's deep. Let me tell y'all something, folks. Back in the day, weddings were frequent.
Yep.
They were frequent. You were always going to, I mean, especially when I was a child, I was always hearing about so-and-so had a wedding. So, or even before that, they would tell me, oh, like my mother's generation, for instance, she would tell me about all the different weddings that were had, right? All the different ones that got married. I didn't see as much, right? The older I got, but now, especially this younger generation, they hardly gonna see none. I believe, and I've said this before, I believe once the boomers are gone, especially in the black community, because I look at the numbers, I believe maybe only about 10% of black folk are going to be married. If that. Some brothers have told me they don't even think it's going to be 10%.
No. Because if you can lay down with a man, confide with a man, have his kid, why would he get married to you if he's getting everything he wants?
Facts. And then you're not bringing no chastity. You're not bringing nothing to the table that makes you of a benefit to the man, right? And you bringing more of a headache. Brother, I appreciate you. Exactly. Thank you for coming on, my brother. Salute to you. Yep, have a good one, man. All right? Likewise. Take care of the chat for me. Folks, listen, if you haven't done it yet, you can see the value of this content, right? I appreciate the people that have already started supporting. We're not close to halfway there yet, but we got to get to halfway to our badge supporters. We got to get halfway to our badge supporters over on the IG. Salute to Wally over on the YouTube channel with the super chat. Said, shout out to Muhammad University of Islam alumni. Thank you, brother, for writing that. And salam alaikum to you. If you haven't done it yet, like and subscribe for this content. I got you, my brother. I see you guys. Listen, I really appreciate y'all for joining this stream today. Support the content. We're going to keep this thing going. Y'all have no idea the implications of the fallout of love. And I'm telling you, it is not just the younger generation. I talk to these older women all the time, too. A lot of them, they know nothing about love. It's not just the younger people. They know nothing. They have, and you can see it. You like, no wonder why your children and grandchildren ain't gonna know nothing about love or ain't gonna fall in love and actually feel what it feels like to actually have this other person by their side that wants to love on them, be with them, support them, stand by them through thick and thin. You didn't even have it as a 50-something-year-old woman. You didn't even have this. You didn't show this as a 50-something-year-old woman. You were broken. You never decided to go get the help that you needed to get. You just kept screwing and having been. Why didn't you stop after the first one if you knew that it was a problem? If you had one child and it was a problem, right, with the man that you was with, and you knew that this wasn't it, why didn't you stop after that one and go fix yourself, go get some help and figure out how to love properly? You kept going and going and screwing, making more babies, bringing more damage into the society. And that is the absolute truth. Too much damage being brought on by a lot of, unfortunately, these W's. Because they're the ones that are raising the children in the home. They're the ones that have access to the generation. Of course, we talk about the men, but I want to know, what kind of man did you decide to get married to? Or was you just screwing? Don't say, wow, Brooke, whatever your name is. Don't say wow, because what I'm saying is the truth. Were you married? Because a lot of times when I talk to these women and they say all of these terrible things, it's never from a marriage. Most of the time. It didn't come from a marriage. It came from somebody that they were just screwing. Then they come to find out later, I thought he was this, and I come to find out later, I thought he was that, I come to find out later. What does that say about you? And how much more worse do you think is going to get? A lot of these women, they want to liberate themselves, liberate their bodies, be able. I'll tell you right now, the answer is not for y'all to destroy more babies in your womb if you get pregnant and just say, hey, we just going to keep screwing. Because that's what you're saying. We're going to keep screwing trash men. And if we get pregnant, we just want the access to be able to get rid of the babies if we want to. How foolish is that? I need everybody watching on the YouTube channel. I'm about 30 likes short. I need everybody to hit the thumbs up button if you're watching on the YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all in advance. Thank y'all so much. Listen, I got a lot of people in the queue. I'm going to bring y'all up. Trust me, we're going to get through everybody that we can get through. Appreciate y'all in advance. My brother, salute to you.
Salute to you, my brother.
Brother, clap quick. Back.
Can you hear me, my brother?
I can hear you very well.
Real quick, I just came up here, first of all, to congratulate you and to tell brothers. So listen, Brother Guru, although he's speaking to women, this brother can help the men learn something. And because of that, I want to make sure I keep him on every platform. As a content creator on another app, we know each other. I'm taking a break from it. But I understand what it takes to do shows like this, right? Because he's giving you good information. So what I need, because we have women who support women platform, whatever platform you're on, men, I need you to support the Black Guru. I need you to find out his Cash App. I need you to commit to at least $10, $15, $20 a month, whatever you can afford. We have to keep this brother encouraged. We have to keep him on the air. We have to support him and we have to uphold him because he is helping sorry men not to be sorry. He is affirming men like myself and other men who got our stuff together. And he's speaking to these BWs that are hard-headed, who present themselves in a way in which we don't even know who they are because we can't see them behind all the makeup, wig, weave, eyelash, rating themselves a 10 after they get dressed up, but looking like Miss Frankenstein when they take that mess off. He is speaking truth to power. And I'm going to make sure in my finances that I help this brother to do what he does. And I need the men to step up. Y'all don't just watch this brother. Y'all don't just tap the screen. I need y'all to support my brother Guru. I need you to support him, brother. Keep him on. He is truly sent by the Most High to do what he's doing. So that's all I wanted to say, my brother. I hit you up on the Cash App. Check it out. I'm going to continue to support you. I
appreciate you.
I'm going to continue to lift you up. Hold your hands up. You got my number, man, if you ever need anything. They call me Uncle Clapback, y'all.
Let me ask you one question, brother, before you go, because I think it's critical. What do you think happened to love in our society? I mean, you have a lot of wisdom on this, you know, and we just talked to a 21-year-old. We talked to a 29-year-old. Now we're talking to Uncle Clap, who's in his 50s, correct?
Correct. 57.
57. I want to know from your analysis, what happened to love, how it used to be, and why don't we have it today?
Love was killed by women because I want you to go back to the 80s, right? When you heard of music, it was all love songs. We would play love songs before we would take a woman out. We tried opening up doors. We tried to be the men that you say you wanted. But yet and still, even though we were singing love songs to you, you were going out and ordering a second plate, talking about you taking it home to your kids, but you was actually taking it home to the thug that didn't have a job. And so because y'all all have claimed equality, you don't need a man, you want a man, you women have killed, especially the BW, you have killed love. And so now men are tired of the things that you put them through. If you watch the balloon pop, you have these women that are popping balloons on men who are business owners, doctors, lawyers, 6'5", 5'5", 150 pounds with muscles, 150 pounds overweight. Doesn't matter. The whole group of women will pop balloons. Why? Because these women don't know what they want. They're looking for a fairy tale. And let me tell you something, women. None of you are single by choice. You're single because the man you want don't want you.
That is deep. That's some deep information. You know, Uncle Clap just broke down. He says that this was killed by women, right? Destroyed. Love was destroyed by women. That men used to do so much more for women. There was a time, right? And I say a lot of this. If you guys don't know, y'all have to go back and watch movies from the 60s, 70s, 80s, right? And see the way that, and even before then, and see the way that women were treated, right? And how much more honorable they were. How they weren't going. Listen, how can a man love somebody that he sees going to the grocery store, going to the store wearing pajamas?
And wearing short dresses with no underwear on.
With no underwear. Looking out here in these streets, dressed. I mean, you can't, if you put the street worker next to the average of these that go out or go to the gym or whatever, you can't tell the difference. How can a man really love somebody that's doing and want to really provide and want to give his time and energy, right? Want to stay with and dwell with? The social part of it is huge. I talk to a lot of these women, Clap, about this. They don't even know how to get along with a man. They don't even know how to get along with anybody. They barely don't. They don't really get along with their so-called friends.
They don't like each other. Women don't like women. If you ask women, do you prefer a man boss or a female boss, they'll tell you a man. They can't even work together.
You know, and that's so deep, because at the end of the day, I find this interesting too, that we got all brothers that is requested up to have this conversation and no women. And that tells us a whole lot, a hell of a lot, right? But the fact that our women of today, that to me, they're so far gone. I don't even think they understand this. Like, but when you tell them about, oh, you know what it means to have a man there to help you with bills or money or something, then they understand that. Mm-hmm. They don't understand nothing. Nope, I can protect myself. Nope, I could do this myself. No, I could do that myself. But when it comes to the money, you never hear them just completely saying, no, I can pay for everything myself. I don't ever need nobody. No, they want a man's money.
Well, you know, brother, the Olympics showed them that they really can't, because the people who switched over to be women, when they was fighting the real women, y'all seen what happened.
That's true. That's very true. Uncle Clap, brother, man, any other words for us? I mean, there's a lot of young brothers that listen, and they, you know, this is an important topic, and we just talking about the fact that, and we just had the brother say he don't believe that it can be brought back. He don't see 29-year-old young black brother who says that he don't foresee any hope of him finding any woman that he would fall in love with.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'll say this, and I'll let you get on some other people. From a Bible standpoint of view, after the fall, the Creator said, man has become one of us to know good and evil. Once Pandora's box was open, you couldn't put it back in the box. And what has happened, because women have tried to be men, they tried to do the things that men do, they try to move as men do, now they're out of the box. And they refuse to go back into their femininity. You have women in corporate America who say, bruh. I don't want no woman calling me bruh.
Facts.
I don't want a woman that mirrors me. If I wanted that, I'd be part of the rainbow community.
Facts.
You have women that are just as hard as men. In my day coming up, we never called women B's and H's and stuff like that. But now you have women who want to fight men, talk about, I can beat you up. What man wants to fall in love with a woman who brags about fighting a man? That is not sexy. So I understand the young brothers, and I say to the young brothers, get yourself together financially so that you can explore the world. Because, Brother Guru, I think in America, the BW is a lost cause. I really do.
Brother Clap, I appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to Uncle Clap, y'all. If y'all haven't get a chance, y'all can follow his brother. Write something in the comments so they can follow you, if they can get some more wisdom, help. This brother definitely has a lot of knowledge and wisdom and can help a lot of the younger brothers out. I actually know him, and like he said, we have each other's phone number. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good one. All right, folks, listen. That was Uncle Clap that just joined the stream. I need everybody that hasn't done it yet. If you haven't shared this content with one person, I need you to share it with 1, 2, or 3 people to let them know that Guru is live over here and we're going in. We're having a very, very important topic. Very important topic where we're getting perspective of younger men, older men. No women. Amazing, right? The fact that women are not showing up. I looked at my list of people that are waiting to come up and speak. No women. That should tell y'all a lot. The fact that women don't want to talk about this. I think a lot of them, in my opinion, they don't even care. They could care less about love. Love? What? Love falling in love. Just give me some money. Give me money, 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 money. You are sick. That's all you care about is money. Money hungry skeezers. No good jokers. And money ain't gonna be able to do nothing for you when you can't protect yourself. When you need help with those children. Y'all rather lay up with lazy, no good broke men that y'all can either boss around, tell what to do, have some control over. Y'all rather lay up with that kind of a guy than actually be with a quality man who has direction, who has vision, who knows where he's going in life. Right? You have Brooke, here, let me show you what's about to happen to you. Goodbye. You gone. It's amazing to me that, see, there you go right there, another joker. Another joker. Be nice and maybe we will talk to you. Without us, there's no you. Listen, Lachelle, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me. I've been having women talk to me forever. I'm just proving a point. I'm not asking or begging you or no other woman to come up. Have you lost your mind? Y'all are ignorant and foolish. I'm not asking or begging none of y'all women to come up. I'm just making a point and showing the men that it's pathetic that these women, because I'm telling you right now, a lot of them, that's not who they are. That's not what they want to discuss. When it comes to drama and cheating and lying and men doing this and doing that, or some type of other manipulation, beauty, they love to talk about that. They love to gossip. Because this ain't no gossip, what are they going to say? And the only thing they can come in here and try to say is, it's the men's fault. It's the men's fault. Never want to examine themselves. Never want to examine themselves. These mamas definitely no good, little worth mamas. Never put no time in. How in the hell are your children going to love properly and you never put no time in to actually show them love because you never got yourself together? You spending all your time working because you don't want to be bothered with them kids, dropping them off wherever in the hell you drop them off at. You don't care really about them. You ain't deposit no love into those kids. How in the hell are they going to love others when they get older? I ain't never seen nothing in my life where you got a whole bunch of women, especially in the West, that will look good. They'll be on social media, have their body all showing. You can see their crotch print. They do all of this stuff, right? You can see all of that stuff with these women. They know how to do that very well. Can't figure out how to get along with a man. Can't master and figure. They can master makeup. They can master pulling the pulling the pants up into their crotch, but can't master how to shut up. Can't master how to respect a man. can't master how to love a man. Come on, Guru, you speaking. Talk to him. Folks, we're getting close to approaching our halfway mark. I need 10 more people so that we can make it to our halfway stream. I need 10 more people to hit the badges over on the IG. Hit the little heart in the box. That's the only way I'm able to keep this content going. Hit the little heart in the box. I need you guys to support the stream. I got the timer on. Otherwise, we have to end it before our first hour is even up. And this is a very important topic. Put the timer on so if y'all support the content, we can easily keep it going. Appreciate y'all in advance. All right, folks, let me bring on the next person. This is deep. This is deep and sad. Deep and sad. They can't master keeping a man or being feminine. Correct. Brother Neil.
How are you, Guru?
I'm doing well. Go ahead, brother. Hit us off with your knowledge. I just got to grab something in this room real quick, but we can all hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, how are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. It's a wonderful day. He was talking about women and duty before. I just want to touch up on that. A lot of people have forgotten duty, and it's sad growing up, seeing from where my parents were born, how they were raised. Duty always came first. Love was definitely there, but you had responsibilities as a man and responsibilities as a woman. I was talking about duty, Guru. So
I heard you.
my parents are born in India, so very strict, very conservative type of family. And men and women are taught at a very young age. You have your roles. Both roles are equal in their own perspective. They both have their own way in it. And the women, they cook, they clean, they make the home a house a home. You know, the kids are taken care of, they're educated well. Things are taken care of at home. And the man, if things are broken at home, something's going not right at home, the trajectory of money, finance, everything like that would be handled by the man. If somebody invades, he takes care of that dude. And it's sad where we've gone so far away from that, right? And now it's like quick love, sleeping with somebody, sleeping with this person, sleeping with that person. And I see some men promoting that like that's a good thing. I'm like, as women keep sleeping around and inviting those toxic men in and then have that mentality where all the good men at. It's same thing where those men come back and ask where are the good women at? Well, you slept around too. So there the few women that are looking around that are good, they're not gonna look at you anymore. Because you had said clearly my thing down there is like candy and I could give it to everyone. That means in a woman who is valuable, her eyes, you're not respecting yourself and you're just throwing it out there. That means you may not have value either that she wants. So it throws it off right there.
Look at how it's crazy. You're talking about men, right, being better and having more standards, and you got women in the comments talking about, oh, he's talking about women again. You see how they are? You see how foolish they are? Go ahead, brother.
They're just mad. They're just mad because you're gonna be alone in your 40s with a little cat or a dog, and you can't do anything about it. That's sad. It's like there's plenty of men out there that are looking to build a family. They're looking to have some. Look, men, realistically, we rather just chill, do our own thing, get whatever things that we needed done, have a good family, friends, and have a wife if you can, a little dog, and just a little picket fence, and you're good to go. But men have, I think, slowly waken up to understanding what this culture has promoted with feminism is sleeping around, being promiscuous. You could be independent. You don't need no man. The man's not worth anything. When the whole world around you is made by patriarchy, made by men, your skirts, your clothing, your Michael Kors, that's men. All that stuff men made, the makeup and all that, including the infrastructure, the water filtration, everything, the oil rigging. This is what men do. This is what we have created. And it's sad that there is no respect for that, you know. And then femininity.
Why do you think that we've gotten this far away from the respect and honor that, you know, women of old used to have for men. What do you think has happened?
So it goes back to Edward Bernays. If people are familiar with Edward Bernays, the father of marketing or godfather of PR, him and you have Rockefeller basically wanted money from both, not just the man. They wanted to get money, tax money off of the woman. So what they decided to do, destroy the family. The nuclear
Mm.
family is what we call it. So what they did was they did propaganda with the women smoking and everything else to get the women out of there, and to be like, hey, you could go out and you could do work and you could do that. Eventually, as time went on, other people in different industries, celebs started seeping in. And then as more and more time goes on, these women think, well, I don't need no man. This person's telling me I could be independent. This person's telling me that. They have a herd mentality. So as time goes on, they forget about those values. They dismiss whatever their mom told them, and they become that mother that is different. And then they teach your child the same toxic thing. You don't need no man. You could sleep around. You could be in your 40s, then you could still find somebody. And then they're back in the same circle where I'm 40, 30 something, and I can't find no man. Why? Well, if you really looked at it, the men who went with you were in the top 20%, just wanted to toss you around. You
True.
didn't pick up on that hint. You think just because you could sleep with the NBA guy or a Drake or some pop star or some celebrity or baseball player, that doesn't mean you could keep them. The thing about women, the true winning part about women is keeping a man. Just like the true winning is when a man can actually lead a woman into a beautiful, great relationship and family. And that's completely gone, Guru. You know, the structure of all that, hey, take care of each other, love each other. When you're down, communicate with each other, lift each other up. When a man is going through a rough time, a woman could pick that up so easily when he enters the room. She waits for him. She lets him calm down, take his shoes off, relax, ease up, and then help him out, calm him down, feed him, take care of him. Just like when that woman is crying, she's going through her stress, the man's going to be her rock. He's going to take care of her. He's going to provide for her. He's going to be like, I got you. Don't worry. I'm going to lead you out of this. Whatever hell you're going through, I will make sure I lead you out of it. And we're going to be much better after this, you know?
Yeah, and you
And,
know what, brother? You bring up a lot of great points, right? From the marketing, what happened, and then not only that, but the women bought into this stuff, right? They refused to. We had religious morals that went away. We had, I mean, just so many things that happened. It was like to me, it's like the perfect storm. And our women now, they're so far away, they don't even realize that. Men, for the most part, we still love women. You don't have a
mhm,
bunch of men out saying we don't care about women. We don't want to be with a woman. We don't need a
yeah,
woman. That is stuff
yeah,
that they're saying.
that they're saying. We still want that. We still want to love. We're saying proud and we don't care.
We're,
We'll
we're
tell you
not going to
straight
say.
up.
I don't think I've ever heard a man say, "I don't need a woman. I don't care about a woman." I don't
Yeah,
think I've ever
no.
heard a man say that.
Never, never, never. And it's really funny how they bash men so quickly nowadays. Instead of like, hey, so are you gonna bash your dad too if you're gonna say all men are bad? Are you gonna bash your uncle too? Didn't they raise you? Didn't they make you the woman you are, given those disciplined values that the man gave, while your mom gave you the nurturing values? You know, it's
Very
funny how a
true.
man could grow up and value his mom and bring his mom up, but hey, a woman could just easily bash a man and it just puts away like it's nothing, you know? It's like the value of a man and the value of marriage has been thrown out. And when you speak about God, it doesn't, you don't even need to be religious, guru. They don't even have spirituality anymore. You know, they don't go meditate, pray, or think about, okay, forget about even following Quran or the Bible or the Sanskrit or anything like that, right? It's like taking just pieces from it. If I took pieces from the Bible, the Ten Commandments, they tell you don't sleep with another man's wife, you know? Don't be doing bad things that you don't want done to yourself. Stuff like that, right? Those are key basic human nature
That's
good
what the
things,
brother,
right?
young brother, said earlier. He said there's no morals, and he recognized that at 21 years old. He said the morals are just completely in the toilet. You got a lot of the fact of the matter, which is crazy. Our women have gone so far. They're thinking that they're getting all this money, they're getting all these degrees, they're doing so well. But you got the brothers coming in, and what are we hearing? No, Guru, they're actually doing they're actually selling their body for money.
Yeah.
You need a degree for that? Is there a school is there a university that they're going to
No.
learn how to make money off of their body, off of manipulating men? No, there's
Yeah.
not. Brother Neil, I appreciate you, my brother, for coming on.
Thank you.
Shout out to Brother Neil.
Thank
Have a great day. Huge supporter and contributor of the Black Guru. Shout out to you, brother.
too.
Thank you
Take
so
care,
much.
Guru.
All right,
One more
take
thing,
care.
Guru.
Oh, I missed him. I actually clicked off before he said it. No problem, brother. If you write it in the comments, I'll try to read it if I see it. Folks, do me a favor. Where are we at right now on our support goal? Let me see if we got halfway to our goal. No, we didn't. We still need 4 more people to contribute over here on the IG channel. We just need 4 more people to contribute so we can get halfway to our mark on the badge goal for the day. Where y'all at, folks? I know this is a hard message for women, but it's fine. If women don't want to contribute today, it's fine. The men, we're going to step up today, right? It's going to show a lot because I actually learned something from Kevin watching one of his shows. I didn't watch too much of his content, but he was talking to somebody and they thought that mostly women supported him. And he said, no, majority of my financial supporters are from men. Our women, right? Think about that. Some of the best content that can help them change their life, because being with the actual strong man, strong provider, having the right mindset, the correct mindset, is going to actually make them a better woman, bring them into their soft era so that they can be secure and not have to worry and not have to stress over money. If you secure a good man, you don't have to stress over money. You can rest assured that he got it, right? But instead, hush, Lachelle, you don't know what the hell you talking about. Instead, that's not what they do. They're constantly stressing over money. Most of these women are in all kinds of debt, living paycheck to paycheck, barely surviving. And they travel with a whole bunch of credit cards. Shout out to Brother Clap twice for the Cash App support. Thank you, my brother. I did get your Cash App support. Brother Clapback that came on here earlier. Shout out to Brother Clapback. Shout out to Brother Cashy. He said super stellar content. Thanks, brother. Shout out to Brother Cashy. Salute to both of those brothers for supporting the content. It should be enough that you guys are learning that less and less of these women desire or even want to love on a man. You will have more of them talking about, if they talk about this, they might talk about falling in love they might talk about love, but they don't talk about loving a man. They don't talk about pouring in love. That goes back to the thing that I always tell you guys. You want a friend, you must first show yourself friendly. You want love in return, you must first be loving. You don't even know what it means to properly love. They don't care. They don't study this stuff. They spend much more time studying how to manipulate and use their body and their crotch to drain money and resources than they do on how to love a man. Guru, you speaking now, brother. You speaking facts, brother. You talking to him today. All right, folks, we didn't get to our halfway mark. So I guess y'all don't want to talk about this topic today. Maybe we have to try tomorrow. I couldn't get the people to actually support this content, especially over here on the IG. It's all these people in here, but nobody desires to contribute. No, that tells me it must be a whole bunch of women in here trolling and quiet in the comments. You feel what's too early? It's too early for what? Lachelle, you not no loving woman. Where's your man at? Where's your husband? Where is your man? Where is your husband at? If you so loving, where is he at? Where is your man? Where's your husband? I'll do the stream. If y'all feel like it's too early, no problem. I'll do the stream later. in the evening. She's not going to come up. She's weak. She's not going to come up. I told y'all, most of these women, the only thing they're going to do is run their mouth in the comment section. They're not going to come up. She's a weak woman. Most of them today are weak. They don't listen. And that's why they're in the position they're in. They know that once they come up, that light is on and that examination starts. They know, listen, when they see that light at the top right there that says live in it, they already know what it means. And they don't want to face the backlash. They don't want to face the trouble that they know they're going to face. Right? Shout out to brother Neil again. I got you clapped. Thank you so much, my brother. Shout out to brother Neil. He said also, W's don't smile. They have resting B face, angry attitude, not feminine at all. It's standoffish. No softness and warmth. Cold women. My God. Shout out to brother Neil over on the YouTube channel for the super chat. Salute to you, brother. That is deep. Talked about how cold these women are today. Cold, cold-hearted. You're enjoying the talk. Keep it going. Okay, what's the problem? Why don't you support the content? It's easy to go get a badge or 3 or 5 or however many. It's easy to do that. What's your problem? You're talking about you support the content. Yeah, she needs to get the hell up out of here. I told you she's a weak. A lot of these ones that come in here, listen, I know how these women are. I told y'all before, a trolling woman, right? A woman that's more pessimistic, especially about the stuff that I say, it says a hell of a lot about her, what kind of person she is on the inside. A trolling woman is depressed, is miserable, doesn't have the right type of mind frame. She's not right in her head, right? Somebody that follows somebody. This is what the trolling woman does, right? She follows around men, right? And different people like this. Look, I don't want to be attacked. She follows around men that she doesn't really agree with or like, just to be a contrarian at all times. You're not trolling. You're just wondering what the overall goal of this content is. Well, if you actually listen and sit back and pay attention, then you'll understand. See, that tells me a lot of y'all have no common sense anymore. And that says a hell of a lot. Shout out to Mickey Oma for the badge support. Shout out to Master K. Thank you so much for the badge support over on the IG. Shout out to 2550. Thank you so much for the badge support. Shout out to Sheed again, brother. Thank you so much for the badge support. Shout out to Unique and Starling. Thank you both for supporting the Black Guru. Somebody said common sense ain't common anymore. That is facts and very much so truth. Common sense is not common anymore with a lot of them. Thank you so much. If you say your Google Pay is blocked, but you're going to support what they get, thank you so much for appreciating the content. Yeah, common sense is not common anymore because you're dealing with a bunch of jokers. We're dealing with a bunch of jokers today. Don't y'all see how foolish and ignorant that y'all have become? Don't y'all see how foolish and ignorant that y'all have become? Lazy. Liars. Don't want to listen to any type of advice. Honestly told me everything I needed to know. Your intentions aren't positive. Well, get the hell up out of here if you don't think my intentions are positive. You see how foolish they are? You see the stuff that they write? Shout out to Denise. Thank you so much, sister, for the Cash App. I did get it. Thank you for supporting the Black Guru and my content. Y'all ain't no very good women. If y'all were very good women, why don't I have more of these brothers coming up here saying, no, a lot of these women are good. Even the simps ain't married to y'all. Come on, Guru. Now I'm talking now. You look at these jokers that come up trying to simp. They not a lot of the times even married to y'all. They don't want to be with and dwell with none of y'all modern W's, especially the BW. They've had enough also. They just don't want to make mama mad. They just don't want to get attacked. They just don't want to be men. Or they might have an agenda trying to get money out of women. That's about it. No, this is not talking about every single Western woman. This is not talking about all Western women. This is meant to wake y'all up so y'all can figure out what the hell is going on. Why is it that if y'all had it going on so well and y'all knew what y'all were doing, why is there so many of y'all that are single? Why is there so many of y'all that can't keep a relationship? Why is there so many of y'all that say y'all are getting cheated on? If y'all were such good women, why are y'all failing? Why at the same time, okay, hey Guru, we're not, it's the men. The men are just doing this. The men. So why are y'all failing y'all children? Why are you failing your children? Look at the shape that these children are in these days. Why are you failing your children? That's a question of mine. Why in the hell are you failing your children? No disrespect, but I love hearing a man's perspective of a woman. Accountability is mutual. I'm sorry. So I guess I am trolling. What? What are you talking about, lady? You love hearing a man's perspective of a woman. Okay. Is that doing anything for your life? Are you making any changes? Are you becoming a better woman? I'll tell you right now, look, this same woman that was in here and saying, look, folks, look. This same woman that was in here a few minutes earlier saying that none of my content, this is nothing positive going on. She's still in the comments right now. She can't leave and can't quit watching. She says, yes, and I'm MGT. I don't agree with this content. I don't even know what the hell that means. I know the women need to reform, but this is public humiliation. Why in the hell are you watching it then? Why are you watching it? Okay, if a lot of y'all are working when I'm on, then I'll come on later. Before, when I came on at later time, y'all said that it was too late. So I'll come on later, no problem. Tomorrow I'll come on later. No problem at all. I'll come on later tomorrow. Shout out to Tara. Thank you so much, sister. She said couldn't buy a badge on IG, so I'll buy 3 here. Thank you so much, sister, for the support, for supporting the Black Guru. Definitely very much so needed to keep this content around. You see how ignorant they are, folks? Do y'all see how ignorant they are? These are individuals. These are individuals that are supposed to be grown. Some of them in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they're worse than children. They behave worse than children. No problem, brother. I'll adjust the time. No problem. But it's crazy that I don't want to hear nobody else complaining with me coming on later because they were complaining that I was coming on too late. Now it's too early. No problem. I'll adjust the time so that more people can watch at the later time. No problem at all. Okay, you know what? I'm sick of you writing in my comments being negative. This is your one and only chance to come up. Since you got so much to say, this is your one and only chance to come up or you're gone for good. Okay, exactly. Get the hell out of my stream. The hell off of my joint. You blocked. I get so sick of these jokers. You just running your mouth in my comment section. You got all this to say, but you definitely ain't gonna come up. We watch because it's entertaining and funny. That's y'all's problem. Y'all getting entertainment out of this and not trying to make no changes. Y'all don't care about actually doing what's right and being better women. You have no thought to even try to put love into a man. You don't even want to put love into your children. I guarantee you, you ask the average of these women if they know how to, what do they do? Not rather if they know how to, but what do they do to properly love their children on a daily basis? What? What do you mean? What are you talking about? They're going to have something nasty to say. Talk to them, Guru. They're going to have something that, or it's going to be this. Crickets. Don't adjust the time. It's too late, lady. I didn't already had enough people telling me to come on late. So I'm just going to come on later. Then we won't have nobody else. We shouldn't have nobody else complaining about the time if I come on late. Right? They shouldn't be complaining about the time anymore. Back to what I was saying. It'd be crickets. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother? Guru Nation, shout out Guru, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. Appreciate you for joining. Very important. How old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
Very important that we hear from, especially a lot of our young brothers, on what's going on. Because, listen, a lot of men that I looked at my demographics, a lot of men that watch my content, they're in their, mid 30s to 60, right? So. Right. I'll be like, man, I thought I would have more younger brothers in their early 20s watching. So I appreciate you for being here.
I watch the stream like every day, bro. I try to catch it every time I can and donate if I can,
Excellent. I appreciate that.
I'm a little tight right now, but
no. It's fine, brother. I appreciate that. Let me ask you this question, right? Because it's very critical. Would you say you have any hope of, are you single right now?
Yes, sir, I am.
Would you say that you have any hope of finding a really good woman that you would fall in love with, that you could share the rest of your life with, that you would be confident in taking care of for the rest of your life? What would you say about that?
I would say, man, you see how I gotta like really sit there and think about it, right? I mean, in the US, the chances of
I'm just talking about what you see around you, not traveling far and abroad.
What I see around me is, man, the chances of it are very, very low. Really slim to none. I'm from New Orleans, so we have a high like women are just not trying to be in relationships. They're looking for fun times, good times.
You're talking about like tricks. Girls. What age range are we talking?
Like my age, like between 18 to 30. They're all just looking for fun. Everybody's looking for a good time down here. Everybody's looking for a trick. They're looking for somebody to pay their bills. Who that? Yes, sir. Shout out to my dude up in the comments.
So the stuff that I'm talking about a lot of the times is indeed true.
It's very true.
It's not about loving the man, respecting them, trying to figure out how to live with a man, dwell with a man. It's more about how can I get money from him?
Exactly. To build off what you said, right? I've used dating apps before in the past. I don't use them anymore because I've realized the trick to them. But the last time I was on there, I was on this other dating app, and this girl reached out to me actually. And we were sitting there planning out stuff, planning to meet up. And she wanted me to basically pay for her stuff to come see her. I was like, pay for your stuff? You came and introduced yourself to me and all this other stuff. She like, oh yeah, but
you talking about pay for her private?
Yes, pay for her privates. She, mind you, she reached out to me. She reached out to me, and then when
And
I
she
was like,
wanted
okay,
to know
yeah,
if you
sure, I'm
would pay
down.
for
Let's meet.
her. You pay for her in order for you. Oh, we lost a brother. Hopefully he can rejoin in just a second. Did y'all hear that, folks? Shout out to D Corey over on the YouTube channel with the super chat. Thank you, brother. He said, I appreciate your message to me, especially young men. Your humor is very entertaining. Salute. Thank you so much, brother. Salute back to you, D Corey. Thank you for supporting the Black Guru. Thank you so much, Betty, over on the YouTube channel for the super chat as well. Miss Betty said a lot of women were not shown love growing up, so it can be hard. I know that isn't a man's problem, but that may give some insight. Also, I'm a woman that cares and wants to learn, so please don't stop. Yes, ma'am, I won't stop. I'm just gonna thank you so much, Miss Betty, for the super chat. I really appreciate you over on the YouTube channel. Folks, I keep telling y'all, if y'all are not subscribed over on the YouTube channel, I'm really considering, in the near future, going only on the YouTube channel so that I don't have to worry about controlling 2 different chat rooms and all this other stuff. But as we continue to grow, that's something that'll come up. Who are you in here talking about you ninjas need to get a pair of nuts? Who in the hell are you? Why don't you get a pair of nuts and come up and say what you got to say? Be a man. Look, exactly. Do y'all see that? Look, this fool just said you ninjas need to get a pair of nuts. But when I told him to come up, it says he declined. All right, brother, I got you. You see that? You see how that works? Get the hell up out of my chat. He blocked this fool. Oh. Joke, a big joke. And I already know probably how he looked, like a fool. Like he looked like the fool that he is. Thank you, brother Sheed. Appreciate you, brother, for getting him the hell up out of here. Just a joke. All right, brother, you back.
I don't know what happened.
All right, appreciate you. Okay, what was the last thing I forgot that you said?
Basically, this girl was sitting here, like basically trying to sell her stuff to me.
Oh yeah, she was trying to sell. What state are you in?
I'm in Louisiana.
Louisiana, that's right. Okay, you in Louisiana. Listen, you just had a brother come from Detroit that said something similar. That said a lot of them are selling their stuff over there in Detroit. I didn't heard it from
really
California. I didn't heard it and it's real bad in Miami. A lot of them, listen, they're in U-Hauls in whatever state they live in, taking, going 8 deep or whatever in a U-Haul to sell their stuff in Miami or wherever they travel to. That is crazy, folks.
It's so bizarre to me because, like, after I graduated high school, and mind you, I went to 2 different high schools. I went to high school in Slidell, surrounded by school down here back in New Orleans. I went to Carver. But it was like after high school, like both girls from each high school, everybody's selling content, everybody's selling this stuff. It was so bad. I had one girl begging me to buy content, begging me. Flat out texting me on Snapchat, begging me to buy content. And I was like, are you serious?
And it's not what it used to be, because it used to be more lucrative for them. They used to be able to sell their stuff easier, and it's not that anymore. It's far from that. Brother, let me ask you this. When it comes to the desire that you have as a man to want to be in a relationship or want to be married, even though things are bleak around you, has that gone away? Have you said, man, forget it, I'm just going to stick with my video games? Or do you still desire a good woman?
I still, despite everything, I still desire a good woman. I mean, I come from a 2-parent household, but my parents split up when I was young, so they never got married. But my father eventually, he did get married, and he's been married ever since. He's a happily married man. So like,
Excellent.
regardless, I still believe in that there's hope and love out there. It's just it's gonna be a way more difficult trying to discover it, you know.
Facts.
And it's not as common. So it's just really a hard time trying to
Yeah.
find true love nowadays, because everybody's just looking for a way to either use somebody or manipulate someone, what they can get out, not what can they bring in.
Yeah, no, brother, I hear you, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. Salute to you, brother, and you know, we'll talk soon. You know,
Definitely.
request up
I'd like
anytime.
to-
You know, I got a lot of men today that want to have this conversation, so I appreciate the brothers for actually stepping up and having
Definitely.
this conversation. Have a good one, my
I'd
man.
like to request a one-on-one with you later too.
Okay, sure thing. We can do that. We can do that. Listen, folks, that was heavy. Another brother, 23 years old, that still desires quality women, a quality woman to be in a relationship with, come from a two-parent home. I tell y'all all the time, I never thought that I would see the day when I would look around and it would be this difficult to find a decent woman. It's not even that easy as a Muslim man, and I'm dealing with Muslim women. It's not easy. It's not like I'm just able to, you know, easily pull up some marriage site and then there's all these. I mean, it's a lot better options, but it's not easy. It's still a whole lot of vetting that has to happen. They've become westernized, a lot of them, more money hungry as well, less dutiful as well. So it's very much so a vetting process. I tell both men and women, with anybody you get with in this day and time, you definitely, it's not like you can just, you know, back in the day when it was my parents or whatever, or my grandparents, they could choose just the average one of these people out here and they can, you know, pretty much get with a decent person. You can't just choose an average person out here. Average woman out here has probably uh danced on the pole for money, sold her stuff, all kind of stuff. And then what these women think are the average guy that they is not even average. It's just the man that they're most attracted to, the man that's telling them whatever in the hell they want to hear. When they're getting with him, they're getting with that type of man, right? Because of some type of physical attraction, something that they have deep inside of them that they're attracted to the crime in him, the grime in him. Come on, guru. You attracted to somebody that's grimy. Somebody that seemed like they would be good at scheming and scamming and being a user. Somebody that you know that probably got a whole bunch of different kids out here and you just want to ignore it and act like they don't. And then I found out later after we were screwing and after he didn't got me pregnant 1 or 2 times that he didn't had all of this other stuff going on. And then he was abusing me after that. You was attracted to that. Y'all are sick. Shout out to brother Neil for the super chat over on YouTube. Said social media is like God to these W's now. Facts. They worship this stuff. I need 30 more people to hit the like button over on the YouTube channel. We're still short on our like count. I need 30 more people that are watching over on YouTube to hit the thumbs up button. Thank y'all in advance. Running short on our like count. If you haven't hit the like button yet, go back and hit the thumbs up button. Do y'all hear me? Instead of, like the brother said, a lot of our women being taught morals. And thank you, Betty, for being here. You're one of the few honest women that want to come here and learn and be better, right? But instead of a lot of them learning things that would make them quality, that would make them wives, instead of that, they're out here wanting to learn how to manipulate better, how to scheme better, how to be better users of men, how to be more wicked, how to be more grimy, how to be more vengeful, more hateful, how to be less loving. A lot of them don't want to learn how to be more loving. They want to learn, they want to be less loving. Modeling and taking pictures off that, all of that kind of stuff don't promote smiling, folks. You know, the brother came in and said, I wish they would smile more. Well, let me tell you, all of that stuff, they learn these things. It don't, because when listen, I talked to models before and they told me they're taught not to smile because it creates wrinkles in the face. So a lot of them, that's what they're copying and patterning themselves after models, right? And things so that, and they're not smiling or not looking happy, not looking satisfied or content or anything because they don't want to get any wrinkles in their face and they're just copying what they see other W's do. Oh, she was able to get a bag by what she's able to wear, the tight stuff she's wearing on her crotch. And she has, look, she got a bit. I saw a woman today promoting her business on social media. It's a vending machine where she sells some of the skimpiest outfits. And it has on the screen of the vending machine, her modeling all of these skimpy see-through 304 outfits. All of them. She's modeling all of them with different wigs and different colors. Just look like a street worker in all of them. She's modeling, and these women are going up into this. They're buying this stuff like it's rock. White rock. Like it's METH. Like it's whatever other drug you want to call. They're buying this stuff up. I mean, like it. Yeah, somebody said, Kelvin said they're damn near hypnotized. That's a fact. Why now over on YouTube said, I'm laughing because that's so many women's stories. It's not funny, but it's true. That is true. Thank you so much for saying that. The Moose Knuckle community. Yes. Moose Knuckle. That is not something a man wants to walk around with his woman wearing that and the whole world being able to see the outline of your crotch and your booty hole. What in the hell have we come to? No man is falling in love with no woman that's showing all of that stuff. If anything, that's going to be lust. And these jokers today don't even realize it. Don't even realize the lust. That's the attention. That's the reason. That's the only reason why the men want to have any conversation with you. And if you a man, let me tell you something. It's a sick thing to want to put your pee in or lick on any type of. They done been with half the world. Guru, you speaking, you preaching, brother. You have no morals, no standard. I'm here to try to help you lift up your standard as a man. You got a W who's been with half of the world. And you think that that is somebody that you want to put your stuff in or stuff on or mouth on. I need you to lift up your standard. And it's no better. I don't want you brothers going across this country or across the world to the other side of the world and picking up these 304s there either. Because they're not going to be, they're just going to be, you're going to see a little bit more feminine, less tattooed up, still a 304. That's what you're going to get. You have to be in check as a man. Because listen, if I'm in check as a man, I'm not going to be falling for everyone. Because when you go to some of these countries, these women, I'm telling you right now, they're going to try to drag you and do whatever they can to get money out of you and use you up for money. and make it. They say, oh, these men are coming over here because they want more feminine women who might cook for them and this and that. That's what they're going to do. And you're going to go for that. And you're going to spend all your money over there tricking. A lot of these countries, you're going to do that. You get off that plane and they're going to be pulling you left and right. Trust me, I know I've been. You walking down the street, you see these bright lights in this night district, and it's all kind of W's just out on the street, used up, trying to sell their stuff. It's amazing when they had less rights. When they were out here less in the street, they were doing so much better with relationships, with marriage. They were doing so much better with keeping their chastity. Being more free now, being more out, doing all this stuff has only led them into more selling of their stuff. More and more of that. You would think that there would have been more of them who said, hey, you know, because you have this, oh, well, the older generation, they fail with marriages. The older generation, they fail with this type of stuff. Okay, fine. They fail with marriage and stuff, and you saw abuse in the home. Wouldn't you want to do better than that? Why would you want to go from the older generation who had abuse and all of these other problems in the home, and now you go into manipulation tactics to try to extort money out of men using your body for sex? What are you talking about, LaShelle? I told you, if you at work, why don't you just go get back to work? Why are you in here if you're supposed to be at work or doing whatever hell you doing, not up in here worried about and paying attention to me? Folks, we over halfway to our badge goal. We only need 10 more people to support. If you haven't done it yet, hit the red heart button in the box down below so that you can support Black Guru with our badge goal for today. We only need 10 more people. They don't cost nothing really for you guys to support the Black Guru. If you appreciate and rock with this content and want more of it to stay around, because what I'm going to have to do, since a lot of these people are complaining about the time being too early for streaming, I'm going to have to move it to a later time, but no problem. I'll move the stream to a later time so that y'all can watch later, so that more of y'all who are complaining about not being able to come up, y'all be able to come up. Ooh, listen, folks, this is deep. This is deep and sad. Who said that only BWs are the problem? Did I ever say that only BWs are the problem? You know, here's my question. Why do a lot of these women, thank you so much, beautifully melanin, for supporting the Black Guru. Now we only need 9 people. Here's my question. 9 p.m. Eastern. No problem, brother. Yeah, it's going to be somewhere around that time. Thursday night football, no problem. Listen, it doesn't matter. I'll come on whenever I feel like coming on and having a conversation. I don't care who's here, but I'm going to come on and have the conversation, and people can go back and rewatch the stream. Listen. Society is going to get close to collapsing and completely destroying itself. Thank you, Moon 11 Child Sister, for supporting the Black Guru. Thank you for your support. I think especially Western civilization, love, especially within the home, brings about unity. Love brings unity. It strengthens relationships. You don't have no strong relationship that's built upon how much money this guy is paying you. That woman's going to leave and bounce out of there quick. How much he's paying you for your crotch. Or that man, right, when that money runs out, the woman is gone. That man gets tired of her and he wants to go, oh, this one is a little bit better, whatever. as far as she can do more tricks or whatever. So he gonna go with her. Can't build no unity. There's no strength in selling your stuff. There's no unity and no strength. Unity and strength comes from love. Y'all women are gonna learn the hard way. I'm telling you right now, listen, brothers, y'all don't have to worry and y'all don't have to give up on how these jokers are. I'm gonna tell you for a fact. You don't have to worry as a man. Why do you say that, Guru? You don't have to worry about how they are as women, because eventually time is gonna go against them. How many 45, 55-year-old W's do you see out here trying to sell their stuff? Can't do it. Not successful. Not successful. Brother said X left as soon as he lost his job. Yeah. Yeah. They're not going to stand by you, brother. They're not going to be there with you through thick and thin. They're not going to be there with you through thick and thin. I want y'all to take note. We didn't have one woman, even though we had all these contrarian women running their mouth in the comment section. Not one of them wanted to come up and have this conversation. Even though you got all of these contrarian women that ran their mouth, not one of them wanted to come up and speak on this fact. And that's truth.
What's going on, boss man?
What's going on with you?
Just getting some work done here at the cafe.
Your background is kind of loud, but let me see if I can hear what you have to say. What do you have to say about this topic? How old are you?
You better?
How old are you? I can't hear you. Your connection's cutting out. I can't hear you, brother. Your connection is cutting out.
Doing now.
Okay, there you go. Now I can hear you.
All right, cool.
How old
So
are
my
you?
question, I'm 28.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. What do you have?
So yeah, let me step outside. I'm in a cafe doing some work. My question for you. So for me, I have one child. I got a 7-year-old, right? I have a pretty decent job, car, apartment, all the usual, the regular stuff, What advice do you have for men in my age group as far as development? We know already we got to get in the gym, stay fit, stay healthy, eat right. That's already a given. What other advice do you have for us?
28 years old. You got one child. What kind of custody situation do you have?
Co-parenting.
Do you have 50-50?
Well, I work more than her, so she has him more than I do.
Okay. Do you pay child support?
No. But I contribute. I give her money every month.
Okay. You've never paid child support?
Will I ever pay child?
No, have you ever paid child support to her?
No.
Do you think she'll ever put you on child support?
So recently I got a promotion. So I feel like I'm feeling the you know what I mean? Like the hints are coming. I want to say it politely on the live. I don't want to say what I want to say.
Okay. Go put yourself on child support if you can. That would be my number one thing to you, especially if you know that it might be coming. I would say go put yourself on child support. That would be the number one thing. Huh?
What makes you say that?
Okay. So I've talked to enough men about this, and what destroys a lot of men is not child support, but it's back child support. And what they'll do is especially if she goes in, she can say anything. He's not been doing nothing all this time. She can just get mad at you one day, whatever. So it looks a lot different when you go put yourself on child support than when she comes in and says whatever she wants to say about it, right? Because you're controlling more of the narrative than her. You don't want to get in back child support because that's like slavery. That's bondage. So that would be my number one thing, is to do that. And the other thing that you need to do as a man is you need to, as you're making this money, you need to do the very best you can to have discipline with your private part, right? And try to find you, I say it all the time, a really good woman that you can marry. All right, the brother, we lost his connection again. I hope he listened to what I said. Y'all got to find really good women that y'all can marry. I got to find really good women. No, keeping proof and receipts is not enough, because don't listen to these people in the comments talking about don't put yourself on child support, just keep receipts. Hell no. Hell no. You need legal documentation. So whether that's a custody agreement that says you don't have to pay child support, or you put yourself on child support, you need one or the other. If it's not in your custody decree that you don't pay child support, right? And that you take it, y'all both contribute to the child and she's agreed that you don't pay child support, then you need to go put yourself on child support. Receipts are not going to work. Thank you. People are writing, tell you in the comments, receipts are just gifts. Thank you. You need it in the court order that you don't pay child support, or you need to put yourself on the child support. That's the only way. That's the only way. You don't want to be arguing with the judge because he or she's just going to put the hammer down on you harder. If you're saying that I've been giving her all this money, all this time for the child, and da 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 da. Hell, she could go in there and say he was giving me some of that money because we were still sleeping together, off and on. She could say that. Am I wrong for not taking a woman seriously who's physically and emotionally empty? If y'all have questions for me while I'm live right now, I'm going to start doing that. You can hit the little question box here on the IG channel, and it gives me a little notification, and I'll try to answer your question. So this person asked me, am I wrong for not taking a W seriously who's physically and emotionally empty? Hell no, you're not wrong. Why would you take somebody seriously who's physically and emotionally empty? Just think about what you just said. I'm not reading your question unless you put it in there should be down at the bottom a little question sign. I'll answer your question down there. Hell no, you're not wrong. Hell no. Don't take anybody seriously that's emotionally empty. No, you don't need to take nobody seriously that's emotionally and physically empty. You're going to be drained. You're going to put all of this stuff into this person and get nothing in return. Delete that one. All right, next question is, are you really X? Why are you beefing with Relly? What are you talking about? I'm not beefing with nobody. Get up out of here. I don't even know who you're talking about. What should you be looking for in women? What are some of the things to avoid? Any rule of thumb? Of course, no problem. As we're getting close to wrapping up the stream, folks, we still need, as I'm answering these questions, I'm 6 people still short on our badge goal over on the IG. We only need 6 more supporters. I want people that haven't supported yet. I need especially our men, our brothers, to come through over on our IG channel. We still need 6 more people to hit our goal for today. I appreciate y'all in advance. I can't do this content all the time, as frequent as I do it, without your guys' support. Hit the little heart in the box below and financially support. If you desire Cash App, hit the Cash App. It's pinned at the bottom, and it's also in the chat room on the YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all in advance for doing that. Okay. What should you look for in women? And things to avoid also. Okay. You need to look for a woman who is serious about her faith, her religion. That should be one of your top priorities. One of your top priorities, because you got to remember the major religions, all of them are male dominated. They're dominated by men. So this means that you need to be straight on your religion also. I'm Muslim. So one of the first things I look for in a woman is how strong is she in her faith? That's going to tell me, listen, if she's strong in her faith, she already knows she have to obey her husband. She already knows she have to obey her husband. And if I'm her husband, she have to obey me. And she's going to truly believe it. She's going to say, that's my duty. This is part of my religion. I have to obey my husband. Usually these kind of women love men a lot more. They're going to love men a lot more because they're going to love and appreciate the fact that God gave them men, that men were providers and men were protectors. You want women that love this about men. So that's something else you need to find out. How much does the woman love men? Not use men. You got to see if she actually loves men. That's huge. Those are huge things. You need to look out for anybody that has wild past, all kind of, drama and trauma. All of that stuff is just not going to be good for you. If you can, your best bet is to try to find you somebody that has not had any of that. Hasn't gone through, divorces and baby daddy issues for years, or some of these women have not even been married or don't even have children. They're just damaged. You gotta look out for damage, signs of damage, signs of emotional damage. She's way too emotional. She doesn't know how to manage her emotions. That's huge. Not managing the emotions properly. She doesn't listen. She has problem with authority. That's huge. Woman that has problem with authority. You want to avoid that kind of a woman. And just keep listening. All right. What advice for women that are trying to get on their feet and scared to let love in? What do you mean by get on your feet? Like you're broke? You need to go get therapy. You need to try to heal. You need to go be seeking trauma related therapy. If you have no money, you can usually get that through insurance, free. Through the state Medicaid or whatever. They got services for women, especially. You need to try to, you got to get yourself right first. You got to learn how to self-love. Part of self-love is babying yourself. You can't rely on others to baby you. You got to baby yourself. You got to go to the therapy. You have to read. You got to listen to motivation speech. You got to listen to self-love talks like Louise Hay, where she just talks about all the time. I am loved. You are loved. I am loved. I am good enough. You are good enough. She tells you these things and you just repeat them. And this helps to boost your confidence and your self-esteem. Got to do stuff like that. If you already had a child with someone, do you have to marry her? No, you don't have to marry her if you had a child with someone. Not at all, brother. No. You want to marry a woman that is kind and sweet and loving and that you feel at peace with, that you feel like you can dwell with, that you know is dutiful, forgiving, has a kind heart. desires to love you, is honorable. You want to marry this kind of a woman. All right. Last question. Why won't you date a BW? Well, first of all, I mean, I answer this all the time. I don't date, first of all. Muslim, I don't date. And I never said I wouldn't at all. I said I'm not going to go looking for a needle in a haystack, and looking for one of them is like a needle in a haystack. Once you compare that to, let's say, if I traveled right now and went to Indonesia or Malaysia, Muslim countries, I don't have to look for a needle in the haystack. You have good, honest, decent, wholesome Muslim women. Now all I have to do is say, oh, she looks like she's my type, physically. Let me go talk to her father. Let me tell her I want to see if she's single, and I want to speak to her father about marriage. And that's it. Because I already know, morally, she's going to be there. She's going to have the religion in her, right? If she's covered up, she's not, I'm looking at all of these things when I see the woman. I'm seeing how she's dressed, seeing how she carries herself. Some of these girls that be in the gym look good, but look at what they're wearing. And I'm like, do I want to look at me how I'm dressed right now? You think I want to go pick up my woman, or go whatever? She's coming from the gym, or go see her at the gym and she's wearing tight stuff around her crotch and her breast, and every man's been looking at her in the gym. I don't want that. Please discuss how much you have to pay her father. No, I'm not going to discuss how much I have to pay her father. Money doesn't go to her father. It goes to her. You don't know what you're talking about. One more question. I'm 28, have my own car, house, job, and I have a 5-year-old. How do you feel about reasonable time frame before your kid is introduced? Oh, to a new woman? When you believe you're serious about marrying her. When you're like, I'm about to engage this woman, that's probably a good time. If you know she's the woman that you want to marry and engage, then introduce your child. That would be probably a good rule of thumb. Not if you like her. I know how world works today. Try to avoid any type of intercourse premarital, because it's gonna mess things up. That tells you right there, if you really like the woman, if you can dwell with her, or not dwell with her, if you can spend time with her and really get to know her and talk to her and just look forward to her company, her conversation, that tells you how much of a woman she is. Not that you're looking forward to screwing her, but you're looking forward to her conversation. Shout out to Christian Neek for the Cash App. Thank you so much, Christian Neek, for supporting the Black Guru and this content. Folks, I'm going to try this tomorrow. For everybody that's watching, I'm going to come on at a later time. So I'm probably going to come on around 9 Eastern, so about an hour from now, tomorrow, instead of the earlier time, because people are asking for a later time now. So I'll go back to my later time. No problem. I'll go back to my later time. I just want you guys to know that I'm going to switch to the later time tomorrow, since some people ask for it so that they can come up. How long should the dating stage take? Lady, you worried about the wrong thing. You need to get yourself together. First of all, you said you need to get on your feet. You're struggling. You don't need to be worried about no dating stage right now. You need to get yourself together, get on your feet. You need to get to the point where you're not wearing that bright red hair anymore. You're confident and comfortable in just being a natural woman. Lexi, as a woman, what are subtle ways to show a man you're getting to know you're seriously interested in him without coming on too strong? Subtle ways to show a man that you're interested in him. You need to tell him. I mean, a man is going to know if you're smiling and happy and responsive. He's going to know you're interested, right? And um, you also tell him, like, listen, you should be having that conversation up front. I'm a chaste woman. I'm not interested in being out here with different men. I'm reserving my body. And I really see you as somebody that uh, could be my husband. I really see that in you. So I want, to really let you know that now, because I'm not just here to date or talk or whatever. I have serious intention with you, and see if he has it back. See if he's serious about you. If he's serious about you, then there you go. Just open a lot of y'all don't like to talk as women, but y'all got to open. We can't read y'all thoughts in y'all mind. Y'all have to talk. Y'all have to open y'all mouth and talk. They're only interested when they're happy with someone else. All right, folks. Thank you so much to everyone that supported the Black Guru. We got really close to hitting our badge goal. I appreciate y'all. We got really close. We were like 2 people away from hitting our badge goal over on the IGs. I appreciate everybody that donated, that came through, that bought badges. I appreciate all the cash apps. Let me tell you women something. Listen, I had 2 women that scheduled with me today. Look, I take all kind of notes on them. Whether you're a woman or a man, you can go to the link tree in my bio. You guys definitely need, if you haven't done a one-on-one with me and you're saying, I need to talk to Guru, I need some advice on whatever's going on in my life, you guys need to do that. I highly recommend that you go and get a session, book a session. You need to book a session. If you haven't done it yet, book a session. You can watch this stream replay over on my YouTube channel. It's titled Why Love is Dead in 2024. Go rewatch this stream. If you didn't watch it from the beginning, I had a whole bunch of brothers that came up, joined the conversation, and really broke down. It's, sad times we living in. The fact that is doom and gloom for a lot of brothers. And a lot of them that are smart are waking up and leaving and trying to find love. Men still want love. Men still want good women, right? Thank y'all for watching. Have a good night. Tomorrow, God willing, it will be the later time, about an hour from now is when I'll start the stream. So probably around 9 Eastern tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, folks.